Hi everybody, welcome back to Limb Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, that's Jack.
Over here, on camera, kind of, or next to it.
Next, adjacent, camera adjacent. And tonight we're going to show you a really simple dessert that you can kind of impress some people with how fancy it looks, even if they don't know anything about it. It'll seem fancy. Let's get to it, but before we do that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when we do this, and we'll go ahead and jump into this. So again, very basic. You can get these crusts, you get them over in the frozen food section. They got two parts in there, one for the bottom, one for the top. Super simple. Be sure to let them sit out. The cherries, well, we got these. You can buy them by the pound, but I'm fat, so I ate most of them. So these are going to be for an optional thing. So you get these cherry filling. We got the light one, super cheap. You got two of them just because I'm a fat guy. Going to need just a little oil or a little butter. Just whatever, and we're going to show you something to do with this egg. But if you have the egg thing, you're going to need one of these brushes or some kind of brush. Now, you're going to need a 9-inch. Don't worry about it if it doesn't have it on the top. It'll usually tell you on the bottom there. You can pick them up. You can get aluminums for super cheap if you need them. Now, you can grease it a little bit of oil, a little bit of lard,
Something
some
to make
butter.
it not stick.
And just use a little bit of spray on olive oil just to keep it from sticking to the glass. Now, take this thing out. Like again, you're supposed to let it sit out for 15 to 20 minutes. Let it get to room temperature. I thought we had, but our AC. All right, you got to be smarter than the plastic.
Fighting the wrapping.
I use my teeth. It works. Your teeth are a good utensil. So you roll this out. That's why you let it get to room temperature. Because if you don't, where it's still cold in the middle, it'll start to break apart. Right? It'll kind of crease. You can kind of see right there. So we're doing it real slow. Now it's dough. So as long as it's relatively cool, just go ahead and just mash it all together. Just do it real slow. And what you can do once you roll it out, we kind of repaired some of the cracks and creases because the inside was still cold. Because we don't let it sit out for like 15. Yeah. Right, just kind of mashed it back together and pumped it back together. Now pick it up and be careful, especially if you're grabbing it by the side that you just cracked all the hell.
And brand new tear.
And then just put it right in there. Now, like I said, if it cracks apart like that, it's not going to fit because, geometry isn't my strong point. Just put it in there. Now, you get these ready out of the thing. This is all you need for the inside of this cherry pie. Like you
just basic
cheat it,
filling.
do whatever. Now, apparently, you need to be smarter than your cutter. Apparently, this one only works when you hold it up in the air. Like
if you're putting downward force on it, it won't work.
Yeah, that's backwards as anything that's open. Now, be careful with these lids. They will cut the crap out of you. Some of our friends will attest. Just set that aside. Don't ever leave the lids attached because you will cut the crap out of yourself.
You don't need them. Get rid of them.
Shout out to our boy Frank who got pretty bad like that at his job.
Thing?
Yeah. So, he's still doing well. He's still on his leg. He's good. Now, this stuff is really thick, right? When it's cool or room temperature. When it's hot, it's like liquid magma and will just go everywhere. It's a mess.
And it stays hot for a very long time.
Yeah. Oh, it's like napalm. Right, so just scrape all this stuff out, be able to take it, just drag your spoon around in there, get all of it. Now, if you want like a nice thin pie, you're going somewhere like a card game, just use one.
Just one?
I'm a fat guy. I use two.
Double stuffed pie.
Well, I don't like a lot of air in the top and a lot of extra crust, and you got to tear all the extra crust off, and that's just wasteful. So, now you have these two lids. Now, don't throw these out. Now, if you got any kids that you don't like, go ahead and let them lick that, because that'll cut the crap out of them.
No. Put them in your neighbor's garden? No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. So just scrape all this. Like I said, it doesn't have to be mixed or anything like that. It's already pre-made with the grape. Super sweet, so you got to be careful. Now, just take a spoon, lay all this out, mash it around the edges.
Even spread?
Just kind of, yeah. Just kind of mash it and squish it in there. Now, Jack hates this because it looks all goopy and gross.
It looks horrible.
Now, here's your second one. You've laid this one out. You kind of repaired the cracks on it. And you just take it, gently pick it up, put it right on top of the other one. See? Easy as that. Now, you can take and just mash the edges together with your fingers. Pick it. But cheater is to get you a fork and you mash that shit together with a fork.
You blend them.
Right? Now, that's not only going to crimp it where it's crimped on the side, it's going to make it look fancy. So you see, you got it there. Just pull off the little extra bits there. Looks a little jagged, whatever. Now, get you your stabbing knife, your hobo stabbing knife.
Go psycho on your pie.
And you're going to make a couple of slits for it. This basically, when you're baking it, lets the steam come out so it doesn't blow up in the sides of it and let the
exploded pie.
Right,
it's not fun.
So it's bad. So you don't want that. So you put a little hole in there. Doesn't have to be symmetrical or perfect or anything. And here's your trick. Now, you got that done. We're going to go ahead and put it in at 425. Let that preheat, right? So while it's preheating, go ahead and get your 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water. Now, this is for an egg wash. Now, if you want to do an egg wash and you want it to be darker, you'll you either leave out the water and just do straight egg, or you can take it and, oh, you're going to want to put just 2 cocaine lines worth of salt. 2 pinches of salt into that and whisk the crap out of it. Now, if you want it darker, you leave out
The water.
the water, or you can add milk instead of water if you're wanting a darker one. This is going to be like a darker brown around the edges where it sits, but it's going to be like a nice brown color. It is, and it makes it shiny. It really helps. Now, and take it, just brush it on. Don't worry about it. Catch it down the edges. Don't want it too thick. You don't want cooked egg sitting on top of your stuff.
Yeah.
You just want a nice sheen of it. So just go ahead and put it on there. You can put it on an egg wash like this on anything. You just put it on cornbread all the time. Makes that look gorgeous. Taste whatever. Don't worry about the salt too much. Now, the crust itself isn't sweetened because you can use this for like a meat pie or anything. So what you do is get yourself just a thing of sugar, like an actual half a tablespoon, and just sprinkle it on. Don't worry if you have a big chunk fall off like that. I didn't see it until we were doing the editing. Then don't worry about it. It just makes it sweeter.
That's the good part.
And it'll get like that light crusted, real sheen part. Just a little bit of texture to it. It's nice. So once you got that in there, go ahead. Now we're going to do the cherries. Put it in there. You put it in for 30 minutes, but you want to set a timer for 20. So pull it out at 20, you're going to do this. Well, while you're waiting on that, go ahead and wash these. These have been washed. Pull all the stems off of them. Now these cherries we got, and they had seeds in them. They all had nuts, so we had to cut off
Seeds are
the
a
nuts.
nightmare.
So yeah, so we don't have that fancy thing that Sonic uses that makes a little cross punch and pulls them out. So we just use our good old hobo stabbing knife and just slice them all the way around, and then pull them open. Now, if you'll notice, there's a whole lot of cherries over there, but when I'm done here, there's not that many cherry halves left. If you can't get it out right here, just eat that half, spit out the seed, and just do the other one and just use the half that didn't have the seed in it. So you want to do that with all of these. Now, once you have that, just set them aside.
There's suddenly less cherries
Now,
there.
after that 20 minutes, you pull it out. It's going to start, getting brown around the edges. Don't worry about it. It's hot. Still, be careful. This is when you put these in. For the last 10 minutes, you're going to put the cherries on top. Arrange. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be pretty. Now, be sure to clump some up because that'll be your slice later. Make sure you get all the cherries on top. Now, put it back in for 10 minutes. Come out. Boom. There you go. Now, let it sit for an hour to 2 hours, or you're going to have a mushy, runny pie like this. And you pull it out. We try to do it in a hurry. And you serve it next to ice cream, which is absolutely outstanding when it's hot. It's great. But like I said, that goop, the cherry gel on the inside,
You gotta let it cool
when it's
off.
hot like that. But this cost us like maybe $4, and this pie that's going to be around forever. And it's really great. So there you have it. Basic, quick, simple dessert. If you need to take something, go to a potluck, something or other, especially around the holidays, Memorial Day, July 4th. That's the special one here in the States. I always forget, I am an American and not an alien from 51, I swear. So we'll see you next time here on YouTube between Tuesday or Fridays, or you can find us on Instagram at Living Between, or on Facebook at Living Between Paychecks there, or you can find us on Patreon. You want to help us out? Shout out to all our patrons, because without them we couldn't do this. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.